What's up, everybody, and thanks for joining me for another video. Today I wanted to highlight some of my Capensis Sundews and some of the others that are with them. This one here is Drosera Capensis, which is another regional South Africa province, and it's doing outstanding. Look at the dew on it. Right next to it, Drosera Capensis Genome Project. This one did have a small extension coming up right there. I cut it off because I could not get it to actually pan out and grow. And this one did have some issues with aphids briefly that I took care of, so I went ahead and cut that one off. But as I stated many times in the videos, other videos, look at how fast they come back from the roots. That's more Genome Project right there coming in. Here we are from the other side with one of the capillaris. Looks outstanding. Just pan over to Genome Project. And another thing I wanted to talk about was the growth node for Lotus Eater. It is already coming back since I cut off the dead one. I decapped it. It had aphids. Spray wasn't seeming to take care of it. Tried to save it and it died off. But just as soon as it died off is as soon as it started coming back in. Over to Drosera Bog 2, and look at all the capillaris. I call this bog Sundew City. That's what it looks like, man. Looks like a skyline. The capillaris colored by light exposure. I move these around a lot, so some of them are a little more green, some of them are pinker, some of them are red. Right here, this is a Drosera Binata forkleaf sundew flower sprout. It did have some extensions on it, but they have died off. So I'm going to cut this off here real soon. I'm going to stick it aside over in the stock bog to go ahead and start some new babies. And right behind it is my 5-year-old Drosera Capensis Baines Kloof. Now these are all extensions right here. It started as one plant. We now have 5 heads deep. And if you look down here, just like over on Genome Project, it's starting to push up pups. There's some more capillaris. Some of my little red swallowtails is what I call these. They're like a little bog plant. And swing around over here. I don't know what the hell's going on with that Capensis right there, but we're just gonna leave it alone. Drosera Intermedia, Red Form, Florida. This is not wild. This is one that I actually got from somebody. It came in a big cluster. This is the only piece that actually survived. And again, coming in from the roots, more of it down there. And here's on the back side, you can see that other head of the Baines Kloof coming in. And multiple more Capensis. And we even got a Stylidium popping up over there. Them things pop up everywhere in my bogs. Drosera Bog 3. This one is not as nice as the other two, but we're going to cover it anyway. This capillaris right here is going bye-bye. We're going to swing around over here. I call this Sundew Avenue with Drosera Ceres. Is another Capensis. Now, I'm not sure if it was in that moss, if there was a seed in there or what, because I did not plant it. It just popped up. It's not a Ceres, and it's not from the red narrow, so I have no clue what it's from, but we're letting it grow. It looks like it's struggling just a little bit, but it has a lot of new growth, so we're going to keep an eye on it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cultivars of Drosera Capensis, starting in the front with the short boy spoon fed. This is all the big that it'll get. It is a Drosera Capensis. There is no hybrid, there is no tissue culture to make this plant. This is exactly how it grows, and it's all the big that it'll get. Right next door, this one was lost in the mail for a bit. This is Drosera Capensis Alba, Albino. All this right here will be white. The flowers will push off white as well. Stellenbosch, look at all the plants down in there. 1, 2, 3 on one side, and then you got one main plant there on top. One of these is going into the grand prize in our final giveaway. Right next door, Drosera Scorpio, and oh good God. No explanation really needed for that. And then we go back to red form, Decom red form. also doing outstanding. You can see why it's called red form. And then here in the front, or right next to it, orange sherbet. And again, no explanation needed. Down here on the bottom shelf, we got Drosera, the big boy, in recovery. Leaf got dicked up. I don't know what happened to it, but that leaf's going to be finished. But it's already pushing up a new one to replace it. The Regia captures prey, digests it, and then dies off. That's what's going on with the one in the very back. I'll slide over to the 16-inch bog. There's two of them in here, two smaller ones. These are Baines Kloop. The one I just discussed was from Wellington, regional South Africa. These are from Baines Kloop, the same place as the Capensis that I talked about earlier. I bogged these out, made it look like their natural environment. I'm going to add a few more things to this. They were doing some reaching, so I went ahead and added 2 new lights, and now we're going to make them stand back up again just like this one. Drosera spiralis, this is my first one, struggling hard. Believe it or not, lost in the mail 18 days. Y'all heard me griping and bitching about that multiple times. Finally came in. I cannot believe that it looks this good after being stuck in a box for 18 days. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. It's looking good. Starting to push a new leaf out, and we got another one coming soon. We got the Drosera capensis diflora giant from Diflora Italia in Italy, carnivorous plant nursery. This here is a flower stalk for Scorpio, and in the back a flower stalk for spoonfed. These two right here will become new Sundews, and this down here will fill in accordingly. That's the old plant there. It got nipped by the polar vortex that hit Florida, killed it immediately. Didn't think it was going to come back because it was super cold. We got days of super cold rain and even snow. But it's proved that as long as those roots don't get exposed to any super cold temperatures, it will return. And there it is. So we'll continue to keep an eye on all this. I want to thank you so much for watching Karnivorhika today, and you have yourself a great day.